I want to talk about something nobody prepares you for. It's not about just becoming a mom, though that's a big part of it. It's about the death of who you were before. I know that sounds dramatic and drastic, but once you understand, everything starts to make sense. Do you ever feel like you're reaching for a version of yourself that doesn't exist anymore? You wake up and you know logically that your life has changed, whether it's because you became a mom, started a business, or that life threw something at you that it's completely shifted who you are. You know you've changed, but you're still trying to be the old version of yourself. It's exhausting. You're constantly reaching for something that isn't there anymore. It's like a phantom limb. A phantom limb. You intellectually know it's gone, but you still feel it. You still try to use it. Every time you reach for that freedom, that spontaneity, that version of you that could just pick up and go, it's not there. And it hurts. Before I had kids, I was independent, spontaneous. I could focus on my career, my friendship, my goals. My time was mine. My body was mine. My mental energy was mine. Then I had kids. Suddenly, I'm not just me anymore. I'm a mom. I'm a caregiver. I'm an event planner. And sometimes I'm a doctor. Managing tiny humans who need me constantly. That old version of me, she died. And this happens anytime you go through a major shift. When you start a business, when you leave a relationship, when you decide to completely change your life. The old you has died for the new you to be born. And some of us don't know how to grieve that. Why is letting go so hard? Your brain is wired to prefer the known over the unknown. The old version of you was a comfortable, neutral pathway. Your brain knew the rules. It knew how to operate it, with efficient. This new version, the one you're becoming, is unknown territory. Your brain has no map for it, and your brain hates that. So it keeps trying to pull you back to what's familiar, even if what it knows as familiar doesn't work anymore. It's like trying to run old software on new hardware. It doesn't work, but your brain keeps trying because at least it knows that software. Then there's the guilt, society. Society doesn't give us permission to grieve our old life. Especially as a mom, you're supposed to be grateful, filled with joy. You're not supposed to miss who you were before. So you feel guilty for grieving. Because you feel guilty, you don't let yourself grieve. That grief goes underground. It turns into resentment, into feeling stuck, or into this constant low-grade frustration where you're trying to be someone you're not anymore. You're holding on to a ghost, and that ghost is keeping you from becoming who you're actually meant to be. The death of who you were is not a bad thing. It is necessary. The person you were before you had a different set of priorities, different skills, different energy. That person operating system was not built for where you are right now. You can't run your life as a mom with the same operating system you had when you were single and childless. You cannot run a business with the same operation system you had working a 9-to-5 job. It doesn't work. When you try, you crash, you burn out, you get resentful, anxious, depressed. The death of the old you is about uninstalling that old system so you can install the new one that actually works for who you are now and who you want to become. By letting go of the old version and habits, the old identity, the old way of doing things, you create the space. You create the capacity. Holding on to that ghost version of yourself takes energy and mental space. You need that energy for who you're becoming. It's more of the old you has to die so the new you has the room to breathe. She's built on your core value, the things that actually matters to you. But she's adapted to your reality now. She's stronger, more capable, more self-aware. You can't become her if you're still trying to be the old you. You need to get clear on what you're actually grieving. It's not just your old life, it's a specific thing. Now, let's process who you were and who you are now. You need to get clear on what you're actually grieving. It's not just your old life, it's specific things. Get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write who I was. List the key part of your identity before this shift. Be honest, be specific. For me, spontaneous, career focused, had time for hobbies, could sleep in, one of my favorite things, and had freedom. On the other side, on the right side, write who I am now. List the realities of your current life. For me, primary caregiver, tired, my time is not my own, managing a household, building a business in the crack of the day. Look at that gap. That's what you're grieving. It's okay to grieve it. Give yourself permission to feel that loss. Now, look at each thing on the who I was list and ask, what was the feeling or value? Spontaneous. What did that actually give me? Freedom, adventure, the ability to say yes to anything I desire. Career focus. What did that give me? A sense of competence, achievement, intellectual challenge. Had time for hobbies, creative expression, flow, joy. You're not grieving the things itself, you're grieving the feeling it gave you. The good news, you can find new ways to get those feelings again. Now you know what you're actually missing. The next step is experiment with new ways to get those feelings in your current life. Most people mess up because they think they need massive changes. Like, I need to quit my job. I need an overhaul of my whole entire life. No, that's overwhelming and not realistic. Start with the 5%. It's called the 5% rule. Miss creativity? You don't need to sign up for an art class. Buy a $5 sketchbook and doodle for 5 minutes while the kids are having snack or going to bed. Miss intellectual challenge? You don't need to go back to school. Listen to a 10-minute podcast on something interesting. Missing the freedom? You don't need to plan a solo trip abroad. Take 15-minute walk by yourself. That's it. Small wins build momentum. They rebuild your trust on yourself or in yourself. They prove to your brain that you can still have those feelings. They just look different now. The last step is integration. Take what you have learned and make it part of your identity. Instead of saying, I want to work out more, say, I am someone who moves their body. Then ask, what would someone who moves their body do today? Maybe it's a 10-minute yoga video or a dance-off in the kitchen with your kids. You're building the identity, not just checking off the task. Build your village. Find people who see you as a whole person, not just a mom, not just your role. Find friends where you can talk about things that matters to you. Find other moms who are also on this journey of becoming someone new. Your identity is reinforced by the people around you. When other people see you as a multidimensional, it helps you see yourself that way too. The old you is gone, and that is okay. You don't have to feel guilty for grieving her, but you also don't have to stay stuck trying to be her. The new you, the one you're becoming, is not any lesser version. She is an evolved version. She is built on your core values, but she's adapted to her reality. The only way to become her is to let the old you die. Grieve her. Thank her for what she gave you, then let her go. Because the person you're becoming, she's waiting, and she's going to be incredible. In the next video, we're going to talk about what stops you from actually doing this. Your brain is going to make excuses. I am tired. I don't have the time. It's not the same. I'm not the same. So why bother? We're going to learn how to tell difference between the real limitation and an excuse that keeps you stuck. If you want help with this process, if you want a community of women who are also figuring this out, join my free community. Link is in the description below. Also, drop a comment and tell me what version of yourself you're grieving. See you on the next video.